All right. Welcome, YouTube. Sorry, we got a little jammed up. I have to ask, wasn't Judy from Saskatoon the one you actually banned that time? No, I banned Shakendra and I think Holly. Yeah. Keisha, good morning. From Ecuador, wrapping up our trip to the Galapagos Islands. Keisha in the Galapagos. And we're the only dum-dums sitting in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Oh, yuck, Andrea. Mm-hmm. I need to send an old one. Oh, Ren, you can send another one. Listen, my fiddle fig leaf tree is real. And I just got a spray. Okay. A spray bottle for it. And I got fiddle fig leaf food. You got to feed it the right food. Ruby's much better. Let me just eat. I'm feeling a little shaky. I don't know that I ate yesterday. Why, Dana? Why wouldn't you eat? Well, unbeknownst to me, all my children moved back home yesterday. So how many people said A? All of them while I was in Canada? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Terry, I'm glad you get to watch me live. I was at the Saint and Godsmack concert last night at Jones Beast and Long. Oh, Tracy, that sounds fun. Mm-hmm. They are fussy. I'm a little nervous. Johnny Cash dropping a lot of leaves. I might have to move, Johnny. I think they're all going to have to be on this side. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I thought that wasn't allowed. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I knew Jacqueline was coming home for a month. All of them, Fran. Jacqueline's only here for a month. But she comes with a rabbit. Don't get me started. Listen, and then people wonder why I drink. And that's wrong to say. Yeah, girl got a rabbit, which means I guess I got a rabbit, which guess what? I don't want a rabbit. So it's been a thing. So we were moving. Good morning. Good morning. I have a month and then I have to go back to work. Oh, I'm sorry, Trish. I don't know where she got the rabbit, Katie. But the rabbit don't even like her. The rabbit's like, get away from me. I was like, frankly, the best one was the lizard, Natalia's lizard. She was watching Natalia's. What's Natalia's lizard's name? Pierre. She was watching Pierre. He's French. While Natalia was away. And of all the animals that all the corals that we've tried, oddly, the bearded dragon is the one that seems to have had the greatest effect. Mm-hmm. I don't want turtles. Mm-hmm. And what happens? Well, Jacqueline, let the dog out. That's what that means. And watch the dog. And Colby's eating the poop. And they say left. Say left. Left. Does anybody ever look at their children and wonder, who raised you? You are not going to do well in the world. Does anybody? Is it just me? Mm-hmm. That's my one thought. My next thought is when I listen to them talk about the dogs, and they're like, I was up all night with these dogs. I'm like, he was up all with a dog. Yeah, that must have been hard. And then I said, Colby was out just eating everything. She goes, I had Ruby sick last night. How did you expect me to take care of a sick dog and watch Colby at the same time? And I was like, I don't think you know how children work. Okay, no, go get a trash bag. No, I want you to follow these directions. Very, very very, just follow me here. Go get a trash bag from above the oven. You're going to put your arm in it. Yeah, you are. You're going to put your arm in the said trash bag all the way up to your armpits. Then you're going to walk behind the shed and you're going to pull the little plug out so we can start draining the tub. Nobody can flip the tub. And when you let these dogs like that, they go back there and they eat the dirty water in the tub and then they have diarrhea. Stop dogs from having diarrhea. Go. Your brother was supposed to do it a couple days ago. I know. Well, Diana raised them, so I know who raised them. And it's Diana, and she didn't do a good job. I'll be honest.
How much am I going to get paid for this one?
How long are you going to live here?
2 more days.
2 more days. You taking all your, okay. All right.
Can I have your shoes?
The ones I'm wearing? No,
Yeah.
These are nice shoes. You can go in my room and you can go get my beach shoes. I can't. I have anxiety now. I have like regular people anxiety, like, oh, work's real crazy, or like, oh, somebody's sick, like that. I had a good life, you guys. Yeah. Robert. That's a good look. Put your arm in. Don't touch the sludge. Just you got to find the, okay. Good luck. Okay. Nothing. No, okay. Just, how much you going to pay to take out the garbage? Yeah. How do the captions know what she's going to say? I'm reading the caption. The Lord is telling me what to say. I'm with you. I am reading what the prompter says. I wish there was a prompter. Why is there a tub behind you? Kim, let me tell you something. Kim. I don't know where my cohorts went. Probably outside to eat the poop water. What did I say? What are we talking about? What did you just say? I was just going to tell you a story. Gosh, I'm so tired. There's so many things I have to tell you, and I think I just need to drink. So everybody just get your coffee or your tea. Let's just sit in silence. What other talk show says everybody, let's just sit in silence? Just give it a minute. I know it's a show. Let's just give it a minute. Let's just take a deep breath. Breathe. Don't just stare at me. We can handle today. No, we can't. Why is there a tub? Thank you, Kitty. Okay, when we moved here 10 years ago, and I mean, we had those pods. We must have had 4 or 5 pods. We had been in that house for 15 years with 3 little kids. Too much stuff. But I wasn't leaving anything. Well, there was a blue pool, a little one, like a little kid pool, tiny, close to the ground, maybe 1 foot. Taking a deep breath makes me cry. Tracy, girl, nothing will make you cry more than somebody saying, come here, let me hug you. You're like, do not hug me. I will break down right now. Do not say, you are doing a great job. I will cry.
There's like a biome in there. There's like fish. No, there's things swimming around.
I'm sure. Where'd you put the dirty bag?
Okay.
No? In a trash can?
It is a trash can.
No. Okay. Put the trash can in a trash can.
Yeah.
Who did you think was going to come pick up whatever you just said? Okay. Yes. Somebody asking you what's wrong is basically an invitation to cry. Exactly. Anyway, so these pods. So we're moving out of our last house, and we had gone through a lot of stuff, but it's 15 years. And it's still 5 pods. Now, when we moved in with 2 pods, and then we looked outside, we're like, what's in those 3 pods? I mean, just so much stuff. I collect stuff and I'm not proud. I had a great time, I feel you. So, but the one thing, we had, the whole house was, every nook and cranny of the house was empty. The yard was empty except for this blue pool. Now, the blue pool we have had since the kids were babies. And I have pictures of my dad with his feet in the pool and the kids playing. And this pool, y'all, dogs in the pool, just everything, all the pool. So when we left our old house, I was like, where is the pool? Jim's like, we're not taking the pool. It's kind of janky. I was like, oh, we're taking the pool. So I jammed this blue pool and put it into a top of a pot. And it made its way here. And fine. And they were, maybe we had cocoa in there. I'm talking about the blue pool. Do you think we should keep the blue pool?
No.
Okay. We're going to take a vote. So, what was I talking about? I'm not making any sense. I got no sleep. I'm gonna let how I was doing one day. I broke down at the bank. Yeah, March. That's all. We got to change it. Be like, we just say to people, have a great, very non-aggressive, not cry-inducing morning. I would be like, thank you. Thank you. I wish you well. Just pretend I'm dying. That's better than be like, are you okay? No, I am not. Okay, obviously it's time for drinking with the dogs. She need a light or something. Can't see how cute she is. Okay. Look at her. It's like she knew I said it. Sure, I'm getting ready for a good cry today. Joey Joe, girl. Don't I know? Joey Joe's the only guy I know I can say that to. He'd be like, girl, I know. So anyway, so the pool was here and I had it leaning up against the fence, but inevitably a wind will come, a dog will knock it over, and now it laid flat. Now it's behind the shed, so I didn't know. And then it started filling up with water, and it's a whole thing. And now there's a biome in there. And so the other day I said to Dean, even if you do nothing, just pull the plug. So there's only a little bit. Now it's filled. I said, just pull the little plug. So I came home. A couple days go by. I said, hey, by the way, you pulled the plug on the pool, right? He was like, oh, it's disgusting. No. I said, I know that's why I asked you to pull the plug. He's like, yeah, no, it's totally a mosquito habitat. Andrea, do you have somebody that sprays for bugs in your yard? Yeah, Cassie, that's exactly why. It's all of the things. I think anytime you cry, like I feel like in my life, like if I cried because I was a kid, I was like, it's because I'm a kid. But then you get into like 12, 13, you're like, I'm like, it's like getting close. It's puberty, right? And then, every month you cry. You're like, it's my period. Okay. And then you have a baby and then you're like, look what my period did. And then you cry for years because there's 9 months without a period. And then all of a sudden you don't have your period, or at least your body tries not to have a period. And then you cry because apparently your ovaries are falling out. They're like little marbles just rolling around. This is what I imagine. They dry up. Like I wish they just dried up like that weird flower in your yard and go poof, and it just explodes, but in a feathery dust. There's got to be a switch. I don't know why it's got to take 10 years. Wait, was papers and poison both dogs? Okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm crying now. Just take a minute so you don't. Yeah. Yeah. I use Mosquito Squad. Is that a person? But I can't. It's going to come at the weirdest time. Watch it. I told you, Cheryl, when everything was going down, and I mean, my whole life fell apart. And let's just say we're still not out of this. But I remember saying to Chris, She goes, it seems like you're doing okay. I go, that is a lie. Okay. And I'm just saying that it's going to come out at the weirdest time. Like I'm going to go to Chipotle and I'm going to say what I always say. They say, well, you want a bowl or a burrito? And I say, I want a bowl. And can I get some extra rice? Because I don't get a lot of other stuff. And then they go, okay. But one day I'm going to go and I'm going to say, hey, can I get extra rice? Because I don't get a lot. And they're going to say, no. And then I will fall to my knees and I will put my arms to the sky and I'll say, God, I can't take anymore. And I'll roll around and I'll probably get into a spoon-like position with whoever's behind me. And it'll seem weird. And yeah, are we crying today? Because I spent most of the night in anticipation I was going to throw up or to cry if so makes I could. Yes. And our Chipotle always says no. Katie, tell me which location because I shouldn't go there. I feel like at any point, Chipotle is the only place I have left for joy. And if I go and they say, I'm sorry, we ran out of the cheese, I'll just cry. I'll fall to my knees. Cry fest. Who's in? I feel it. Yeah, after 1 year, after then my people have no idea because I just never do it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Random, Cheryl. Random. I want to hang out with Cheryl with the 4 names, because I feel like if Cheryl's crying, then everybody be like, you are doing so much better than Cheryl. I'll be like, I know, right? Cheryl, can we just call you Cheryl with the 4 names and then we'll just know you're crying, Cheryl? And anytime you're in a bad mood, there could just be a line you can call Cheryl and she's already crying. You're like, girl, are you okay? I was upset, but what's up? And she's crying. Mm-hmm. So I didn't eat. Cheryl, I don't think we sat down. Okay, here's what happened. So yesterday, I talked to you the other day about how we had Lori Berkner on last week, which, by the way, she was my favorite, one of my favorite people going into the interview, and coming out of that interview, still one of my favorite people. Just totally enjoyed Mary Ellen. I know. I think some of us need to stop smiling so much and just be like, what the? And just start cursing at people. Anyway, Lori Berkner was on, had a great time. Well, she was performing in New Jersey at the New Jersey Balloon Festival. And I couldn't go the day she went because I was in Canada, you know. But we went yesterday morning. So the kids and I pile into the car and we drive up to White House Station, New Jersey. It was like an hour and a half. I have tickets. I'm like, this is the summer of Dina. Dina gonna see some balloons. I haven't now. I took the kids years ago to the balloon festival, and it was like rainy, and I think they like let 2 balloons go up. So this time I was like, we're going, and these balloons are there. I'm gonna watch. They start inflating them around 6:30, then they start ascending around 6:45, and then around 7 o'clock, there's like 100 balloons in the sky for as far as the hot air balloons. Oh, it's so beautiful. They didn't go up all weekend, Kelly. So we get up there and there is a line at White House Station, and it's a tiny little town, and it's like an airfield. And I know, international bebop. I bebop this whole weekend, which is probably why I'm not really making a lot of sense. To the Albuquerque in October, the balloon festival in October, they have a balloon fiesta. Joey Joe, are you in Albuquerque? Before my mom died, we gave her a hot air balloon ride. Yeah, I don't think I'd want that. We could have cried over the crowds. Cheryl with the 4 names. We could have been crying. Going to Albuquerque Balloon Festival in October, get to see Joey Joe. Oh, looking forward to the license place. Yeah. So we get up there and it's clear skies. So it's like, it's not raining. So we're going to do it. We're going to go. And we sit down, we have our blanket. Albuquerque is known for their balloon fest. It's the biggest balloon fiesta in the world. I do not want to ride in one. That's not anything I want to do, Rachel. I think it's too much for me, but I'll watch them. I'm sure it's beautiful. Walla Walla, Washington is annual Stampede Mother's Day weekend. Balloon Stampede Mother's. I'm in for everything that you just said. So we're sitting there, and this guy comes over the intercom. He's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today?" I was like, "Hey, yeah." We do the whole thing. And then this man comes on, and they're like, "Right now we want to introduce you to the weatherman for the festival." I was like, "Why are we talking to the weatherman for the festival?" And next thing you know, he's going into a lot of detail. I go, "I don't like this kind of detail." He's got a lot of details. And then we apply for a permit from the township. Now that permit allows us to fly balloons somewhere below 10 knots. Now, if during this time, and I was like, "I don't need to know about your why are you listen, this is a you issue. I'm not running a festival. I don't need to know about the permits." But and I looked at Dina and said, "Is he reading us the permit because he's setting us up for a big letdown?" And he was. So apparently there's a couple balloons on these long strings that are throughout like the field. And if the balloons are straight, we can fly. But all these balloons, they were like just straight sideways, just like this. My ex-husband's old boss had his own balloon. XML just went up with him. I was super pissed. 2 weeks later, old boss was up and went it up, was up and it went down. Oh, never going to balloon with my kids again. No. Yeah. So we were all sitting on a blanket. No balloons. So we just sat on a blanket. And then I had an acai bowl, and then I basically pooped my pants because it wasn't gluten-free. It was a day, you guys. And that was all before 1. I've jumped out an airplane, but I'd be afraid to do a hot air balloon. Yeah. Now, guess how much. Now, listen, the weatherman started regaling us with balloon trivia. Jurgen, how are you? Jurgen, did you guys ever get the package I sent you? You got to tell me. So I want to make sure, A, that you have it, and B, so we can schedule you so we can catch up on a morning show. So we didn't get to see anything, and we just walked around, and it's nice. They have a lot of music. It's a great little festival, especially if you have little kids. I don't have little kids, but they would let the little kids get on the bouncy rides. So I had to buy tokens for my gigantic children to get on rides with 4-year-olds and jump up and down and almost launch the small children out of the balloons. So I did that. Yeah. They did have to pay a lot of money to accept the package. Yeah. They got some kind of shim sham going on over at their post office. I don't like it. Yeah. No balloons. And then they said, because they do them at 6 in the morning and then maybe 6 at night, maybe later. I was like, "Let's come back." They were like, "We're not coming back. Yeah. Anyway, balloon knowledge. The guy was like, "A lot of people want to know how much it is to have a hot air balloon." He said, "Now, you could get the classic teardrop, right, which is what we all kind of know as a hot air balloon." He said, "Those could be 10,000 or tens of thousands. You can get one for 30,000. You can get one for 20,000. It's not going to be a custom shape. It's going to be, a teardrop and whatever. The coffee mugs are so big. They're super yummy, Jurgen. That's why I fill them up with bourbon or ice cream or just chocolate or bourbon. So you're going to love it. But tethered to the ground, so I only went like 15. She loved it. See, Brooke, I could do that. You just bring me up and then bring me back down. So, and then he goes, or you can get a custom hot air balloon made, and those could be, $100,000. I know a guy in the next county has a balloon. We see them in the summer. It's so, like you figure all the, in Solberg. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Jody. That's where we were on Sunday morning, but didn't go up. And nobody would go back. And we didn't have any time because we were packing the children out of their disgusting apartment. So then we came home and we fell asleep. And then they were like, okay, let's just go get the last of the stuff from the apartment. Now, I was under the impression that most of this is what they said. Dad came and helped us move the big stuff. I said, well, there's about 7 big stuff. And then there's 2 million little stuff. So, and they're like, yeah, well, we packed most of it. I'm a bourbon failure. I tried bourbon. My husband couldn't stop laughing at me. Listen, you got to try it with like ice first. You can't, it's a sipping drink. And it's if you want your insides to burn. And so yesterday we're trying to get all the 2 million small things into boxes. So then Jim came back today to unload with Dean, and now he's going back. So we're doing the tag team. Tag in, tag out. Daisy wants to know if you took her ball. She can't find it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Judy has a dog. 2 dogs. Gracie is heaven, and she's beautiful, and she just wants to snuggle. Daisy, if Daisy could marry a ball, just her eyes, you could look at her and be like, hi, Daisy. And I feel like behind you, she just wait, you're supposed to sip bourbon? Her eyes, she would look at you and she's like, yeah, nice to see you. Do you have the ball? Do you have the ball? Do you have the ball? The ball? Where's the ball? Where's the ball? It's just so crazy. Flipping, sipping, I don't know where they're living. So Dean was supposed to move in with some fellas, and I did not expect him back here. He said, I'm going to move right in with these guys. I'm not going to move home. I'm going to just move right into their apartment. Well, I said, this is their 3rd bedroom. He goes, well, they don't have a 3rd bedroom. They just have the living room. So I'm going to rent the living room. And I was like, who am I though? Who am I? I thought that, yeah, exactly, Lorraine. I thought that if you rented a room, you rented, a bedroom. But I'm renting out this kitchen. Okay, well, whatever floats you. I don't care. Get out of my house. I don't care. Well, but I don't know. It's 36 hours ago, he informed me that they actually checked with their landlord, and the landlord was like, you're not allowed to rent a living room. Right, Lisa? Who knew? Surprise. So Dean's like, yeah. So now I can't live there. And I was like, okay. Didn't he ask you to move in like 2 months ago? Yeah. So they waited until 3 days before the end of the month to tell you don't have a place to live. I said, okay. All right. Okay. So now they say, we've got somebody else. Somebody else needs a roommate. I said, okay. And they said, Mom, it's a really nice place. I said, wonderful. Let me see I want to see pictures. I want to see the location, and I want to know what the price is. So they send the pictures. Beautiful. Beautiful. I want to move in. 3 bed, 3 bath. In Philly? Brand new. I said, you can afford this? because I was supplementing incomes or rents because there was supposed to be a job and then there was a job freeze. Supplementing is done. It's done now. Yeah, those pesky laws. So I said, well, it's a nice, yeah, what's the catch, Lorraine? So then they say the rent's the same as it is now. I said, well, you weren't paying, let's be clear, you weren't paying your full rent, but you are now. Oh, there's always the catch. Look at everybody. What's the catch? What's the catch? No, affordable. Girls. I said, let me get this straight. This brand new 3-bed, 3-bath in Philly is affordable? What's the next question? What are you going to ask next? What do you think my next question was? Because they didn't know. They were like, it sounds amazing. There we go. What part of Philly we talking? Where is this located? Exactly. Oh, just a couple blocks from here. I go, which way? Because, yeah, exactly, Mary. Yeah. Does it have a roof? Was there a murder there? She says, Mom, it's just a couple blocks. I go, in which direction? Where you just were was like 3 blocks further than I really wanted you. So I'm asking you now, where are we going? Are we going northeast? Basically to the murder site. I said, no, we're not doing that. No. This ain't. I said, I've driven through that section. They were like, oh, like all of a sudden, the sections. I said, I used to pick your sister up and take her to appointments, and we drove through the section. And I remember getting lost in that section and being like, I should get out of here right quick. It's not get, yeah. So I said, here's where I am. I just found out. So I just have Brooke and Jacqueline both going back to college. I was like, I could deal with a month. I could do it. But if you're talking about staying here, you can have the whole basement. I said, but it's all got to get cleaned. Completely different story. So I said, you need to make a decision by end of day because I'm not, no. Just so much. My niece went to a soccer game in Philly. She stopped at a McDonald's with bars on the windows. Exactly. So there's just a lot of drama. Everybody was tired. We were there until 10 last night. Moving. I know, Kathy. So you better get off of my couch. Get down. Who are you, Booby Blizzard? Who are you? Yeah, Brooke's going back to campus. Good morning, Eric. Come here, Lo. Yeah. Autumn, I'm so sorry. That's awful. So, and Survivor, right now, everybody's moving back. Come on. All right. Now, felt like you wanted to say something earlier. Oh, man, you smell. You know what you could use? You could use a bath and a blue pool. Let's get back to the pool. So as soon as this pool gets emptied, then I can flip it, get the rest of the water out. And then the question comes, do I keep it or do I get rid of it? Now you say, Dina, why are you keeping this blue pool? It is one possibly weird thing that I have a very weird attachment to. Does anybody else have anything like that? And the baby pool. Yes. And keep it as long as you need it. She's like, Shark it. Does the blue pool give you joy? Not when it falls over and fills with water and then the dogs get diarrhea. No. My labs love their kiddie pool. Lisbon says keep it. So I was just about to the point where I was like, all right, I think I'm going to get rid of it. I have my daughter's first prom dress. Oh, don't make me start crying about this pool. Make it a dog. Maybe I'll do that. But I got to find a way to like attach it to the fence or something, maybe, so that it's not on the ground because it just keeps taking on water. Maybe I could do that. Turn the pool into a garden bed. No, I have some gardens here I'm kind of working on. Yeah, the pool was a food and it's not the joy in the memories. I know you would have to bleach and scrub. I do. I have to clean it, which I'm not opposed to. Maybe I'll see if there's a way I can hang it somewhere. Get a hook that you can hang it from. Yeah, that's what I think, Lorraine. It's just gonna look real dumb and stupid, but whatever. I have my grandma's salon chair from the 1940s. Hooks and bungee cords. You're gonna need to do a big scrub. Yeah. Yeah, no. In the carport, yeah. Take a picture of it and say goodbye to it. It brought you joy. Well, so here's what's so funny. So I've been trying to like figure out what to do with this. My daughter's huge dance competition bag. I don't know why. I can't get rid of it. What else? What else are people keeping? It's really funny. It makes me feel better to know that everybody's keeping things. It's the kiddie pool, Cindy, from when they were little. So so it was very funny. So I'm having this whole thing, and I had kind of come to the point where I was like, I'm gonna get rid of it. So I mentioned it in passing, and I said, yeah, Dean. I said, I'm gonna get rid of the pool. Dean turned around on a dime. He goes, what? You can't get rid of that pool. That's our baby pool. And then I was like, I know, Dean. That's what I said. He was like, no, we are going to keep it. And I'm going to have my kids in the blue pool because it's the greatest pool ever. It was so funny. And then here, I'm like talking to Brooke. She's like, get rid of it. Mm-hmm. I keep everything I bought for each year's school times 2 kids. Yeah. The kids' water tube from when they were young, put it to the curb, and my daughter and I took it off the curb. Most of the menus are from the 1950s. She kept menus. My daughter's wooden toy box. She got it when she was 3 and she's 29. Every single recital cost me over 10 years. I have all my kids' babies' teeth. I think that's really weird. My mom did the same thing. I think I have some of the kids' teeth. Wants to keep so many things. So just like odd baby shirts. Yeah. Then Dean should clean it. Girl, that's what I said. I can't store it in the basement. It's too big. Kids' old stuffed animals. Ball pit for the dogs in the house. Kathy, I think you don't realize how tiny my house is. Yeah, no, Lulu is not having a bad day. She's actually, this is her happy face.
All right, I'm going back to sleep.
Wow. Okay. Can you go over and turn this alarm off it's about to go off and then move the laundry through? You need to move all the laundry through all day long.
Why?
And then
Jackie's fault that she messed it all up.
No, okay, listen to me. I just need you to move the laundry all day and just throw it on my bed. I'll take care of it. Just if you could do that, because I don't think you understand the amount of laundry that's currently in the she shed. It's just ungodly. Brooke, I just need can you fix this couch? Because I just fixed it last night. My daughter's American Girl dolls, waiting for my granddaughter. Yeah. Karate uniforms. I have each of my 4 kids' first bikes. The rocking horse that my dad made. Yeah, I have rocking horses upstairs, and I have chairs, all their little kid chairs. That's the only thing I have upstairs in the attic. I kept the outfits my sons came. They're 24 and 36. Wow. So it was just so funny to hear Dean's reaction with the pool. Mm-hmm. So the hives seem to have subsided. I think she's allergic to wheat. So that was a little scary. Mm-hmm. My son's first hockey skates. I have a rocking horse in front of my fireplace. I have my rocking chair from babyhood. Isn't it funny? The things we hold on to. And the baby doll bunk bed my grandpa made me. Oh. That's so nice. Especially when their stuff, they took what they wanted, the rest sharked it. Oh, Kathy, I'm trying to get there. But is Booby? She is. That's why we were connected. She's also apparently gluten intolerant. But she's better now. But she's so funny. She's not one to complain. I have my 3 sons' umbilical cords. Nobody wanted to hear that. Nobody wants that. Oh, my son was thrilled and so surprised to see them again. All right, Doris, have a good one. You too. You should keep it. Drew's like, I didn't mean it. You shouldn't, Sharky. You should keep it. Well, I have to think of a better plan, but I appreciate you. There's a lot of stuff I should get rid of. Anyone want goldenrod yellow dishes? She's got a set that she hasn't used in 40 years. That's Rebecca's mom. I have my kids' baby teeth. I remember the day that my mom like brought out bags, these weird little plastic things that were in the shape of a tooth. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's like, I guess, the holder for children's teeth. I don't know. It's so weird. And she's like, look what I have. And it was like plastic. It looked like a tooth. We're like, what is it? She's like, it's for you. I saved it. And, you never saw anything like it. So you're like, what is it? You open it up and you're like, it's like a murder. You're like, what is it? She's like, those are your teeth. I'm like, what? She goes, I have your sister's teeth and your teeth. I was like, are you making a necklace? Why would you? No. I don't need your teeth. No. Tooth keepers. Yep. Nope. I ended up making like a serial killer necklace or something. Nope. My mom kept our umbilical all in one bottle. We buried her with them. For what reason? Oh, if you ever disappear, good for DNA. The dried up umbilical cord? Is it? I don't know. My baby's in my underwear's drawer. Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah. I have my kids' teeth in my jewelry box. It's weird. I just want you to know they find teeth in serial killers' drawers. Now, if you can insert name here, like serial killer blank has teeth in their drawer, you could insert serial killer, or you could insert Mooney. Now, the fact that your name and a serial killer could be interchanged in any sentence. A serial killer has killed people. Has Mooney killed people? No. See, they don't match those circles. Okay. But I'm just saying, if there is a sentence, like there's not a lot of sentences, like maybe serial killers like chocolate. I'd be like, well, I like chocolate, but like that would be like weird. Like, how would I know that? Yeah. So I'm just saying. Saved our hair from our first haircut. Oh. Shark teeth. Right? Why is it? I am making Venn diagrams. Thank you for knowing, Trish. You see what I did? That was very math of me. Boom. Boom. Puppy teeth are basically shark teeth. I don't know why. I don't know why God would make puppies so adorable. And then when they bite you, oh yeah. And then there's Judy's dead dog collection. Okay. So Judy's and I are on the murder tour in Canada, which got a lot of attention from the locals. And we had a good time. And then we get home and then she was like, did you see this drawer? It was like a drawer like up here. I said, what is that? That's my dead dog collection. I was like, what was it? So all the dead dogs have had. You want to see them? And I said, yeah, I was kidding about the murder tour. She goes, well, this is part of it. So come on over. Let me introduce you. Okay. But there's 5 of them and they were all loved. She goes, you don't have pictures of like your dogs? I said, no. I mean, in albums, they're in my phone, maybe. I don't have a shelf. She's like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I was like, oh, that is not going to be in the yard sale, when you're gone. That's not, I don't know what you do with it. I don't know. Melanie, I'm so sorry to hear that. We're all talking about having too many things, Melanie. But we have my cats and my maybe to promise to bury him with them. He has a whole plan of how to get them in his casket. Involves 3 people. What? Thinking about it. When I got my first puppy, I panicked when I found a few of her baby teeth on the couch, but I saved them. Thinking about it now, it's kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My parents have a collection of their dog's ashes on the mantle. I don't know. There's got to be an age for this. Is this like 72? I don't know. 65? I don't know. Maybe it's a secret. Maybe like you're not allowed to know. Dina, you're 50. You're not allowed to know. But when you turn 65, you'll get the newsletter. There's a newsletter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going to explain all the stuff that only old people do. Mm-hmm. They're in an envelope. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have my dog and my cat on the mantle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, so fun. That meant I have both my cats on my mantle. So, Christina, how old are you? When does this start? Inquiring minds want to know. Earns with a pencil sketch of her behind it. 55. All right. Well, I'm coming up on it. Somebody. We drove around with him. I wouldn't let my husband bring his deceased uncle's ashes in the house. We drove around for months with him in the trunk. See, this is not what I want. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm 48, said Christina. Oh, I haven't had a dog die since I have my cats in my dresser. 39. God, it's getting younger. What's happening? Yeah, I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have 4 dogs and a cat in a library card catalog cabinet. Wait, I have 4 dogs and a cat in a library card. Okay. You know those little drawers, and you're like, what's somebody going to put in all those little drawers? Oh, dead animals. Did you ever see those apothecary cabinets? And they're adorable. But you're like, what am I going to do with it? It doesn't hold anything in it. It's just this tiny little drawer. What would you put in there? Boom. Answer. Dead pets. What? That's what apothecary things are for? I have my sister, my uncle, and a dog in the cabinet. Diana, what? You file your pet. The Uppie decimal system. Mm-hmm. And a trunk for a cover file. Oh. Mm-hmm. My daughter, she always asks if they want this because so many people want them. Wow. Yeah, don't cry. We don't have to cry. Now, all of it. Now I want to put our card catalog. Know what to put in our card catalog cabinet. Oh, it's so funny. So funny. I think it's beautiful when people feel some kinship to ashes. I don't know. I think now, and things have changed with the Catholic religion. For a long time, you couldn't get cremated. But I guess that changed because my dad got cremated and he would never go against Jesus. So that's apparently okay now. But the ashes have to be buried. They can't be in your house. Yeah. So yeah, it's the whole thing. Dine with Dina was great, everybody. I'll have to put some pictures together. I have been sidetracked, but so it was great. Let me go back because that was a long time ago, like 3 days ago, probably like 3 hours ago. It was a wonderful time. I wrote about it, luckily, when I was leaving and I still had my wits about me, but it was so lovely. It was, yeah, what's up with that cuke? Well, in the picture of Judy with the cucumber, which will now live in infamy, is Sandra, who's behind her, who's lovely. And then Denise. Now, Denise grew that cucumber, I imagine, or bought them. I don't know. But she was like, by the way, I bought these for you, and gave it to her during the dine with Dina. And I turned around and we just couldn't stop laughing. And it was hilarious. And now Denise is the queen and Judy's a queen. And it was the funniest thing. So I learned a lot of things from the Canadians and some random, I can't say Americans because now Judy's got me jammed up. She goes, well, we're Americans. I was like, no, you're not, Judy. She's like, we're all from North America. I was like, we're from North America and you guys are above us, the North Pole. She says, we call it the States here. We don't call it America. Yeah. So, but we did. She would not bang on the table and pretend that she was in When Harry Met Sally, which upset me a lot. But we did take all of our drinks and put them in front of Barb to make it look like she had a much better time than she did. We just had such a nice time. It was so fun. It was probably the smallest group that we've had. So it was about 13 or 14 of us. But it was quite lovely because you just kind of felt like you could be in one conversation. So it was just, it was really a nice time. And, you know, I kind of written in the post, I feel like, and it's funny because everybody that watches the show, you know, you can tell from your comments and, you know, the way that people interact with each other, that everybody is super kind and lovely. And it's funny. I feel like in life, you know, people tend to kind of bring their best foot forward, which is, I guess, what we're all programmed to do. And it's how we survive, I suppose. But you know, the older I get, the more I feel like I'm aware that everybody carries a cross of some kind, you know, and not everybody talks about it much. But I just take for granted that everybody's like, girl, doing the best she can. That's it. That's all you got. And so, you know, we had this beautiful dinner. And I think we were together for like 4.5 hours. Like we relaxed. We said a lot of dirty words multiple times. And behind us, there was another party. And there was like ilk, right? There was one of those, you know, those tick, 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 tick walls, you know, it's like a closet wall, real creepy, from 1970. So they had split this giant room in half. So there's a party on the other side of the wall and a party on our side. And they sounded like they were having a lot more fun than us. And I was like, we had better start laughing because they sound like they're having a lot more fun than us. Accordion doors. Thank you, Carmen. And they were like, Dina, that room is filled with children. And those parents look like they're drinking heavily. No one is having a good time in that room except for those children. In fact, we think that the parents are going to show up in our room very soon. So we were cracking up and might have yelled out, I'm not going to say the word, but it starts with the D, the name of the D town. We're going to call it D town in Canada, which is where we're going to go visit. It's the header on my Facebook page, if you've seen my Facebook. So we're yelling that word during the lunch. But it was just a lovely time. And then, you know, only to come home and a few days later and reading comments, and I'm not going to say, you know, which ones it was, but some people were going through some real heavy things prior to the dinner. And none of us had any idea. And she had said, you know, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to ruin everybody's fun. I just want to hug people. And so it was just lovely. You know, there was no pretense. It was just a whole bunch of people that don't know each other at all, but, you know, want to come out and just connect with, is the cucumber the symbol of detox? Yes. Exactly. That's what they were saying, Renee. So it was just lovely. I felt pretty lucky to be able to do it. And yeah. Oh, we're going to be announcing another one tomorrow. By the way, there's another Dine with Dina that should be announced tomorrow on Tipsy Tuesday. So you have to do that. Where in the world is Dina Blizzard? So that'll be coming. So hopefully we'll be able to do one. I forgot it was Monday. Missy, good morning. Thanks for joining us in this week. I did love Steel Stacks. Jim, how far do you guys live from Steel Stacks? And Jim, do you guys have a yurt in your yard? Because I'll just stay at your house if you have a yurt. I'm hungry. It wouldn't be a hub without my internet friends. Yeah. Yeah, Myrtle Beach is coming up. We have a Dine with Dina in Myrtle Beach. Yeah. So, and again, a lot of these, I mean, not this one, but a lot of our Dine with Dinas are kind of based on where I have gigs traveling to. About 4 miles. Jim, get a yurt and I will totally stay with you. You do need to get an updated passport, Trina. And now I've got to get the real ID thing soon. Win a date with Tad Hamilton. What's that? Who's Tad Hamilton? Let me look. Is that a person? Win a date with Tad Hamilton. A romantic comedy. Oh, it's a movie? Come to Long Island. Oh, we never went to Fire Island, Cherry Grove. Yeah, I do have to get to Fire Island. No, Vincenza, in America, everybody has to get, if you want to travel, you have to get a real ID. That's my impression. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think you have to. There's a certain point. You've made my day so much. Oh, Melissa, that's nice. Oh, wait, it's 9:42. Girl, I gotta go. What happened to the day already? I'm already 15 minutes late. All right, I gotta go. I don't know how I got so sidetracked. I think it was the blue pool. I don't know. Yeah, you can't leave the States without a real ID now. Now, some people, Paula is saying real ID or passport will work. The real ID does not replace the passport. It's essentially replacing your driver's license. That's what I think. But I'm not really making any sense today, so I wouldn't go by anything I say. All right, I gotta go. Really busy. But I enjoyed catching up. I have like a ton of articles to share with you, and I do have some pictures I want to show you. So lots to talk about this week. It's good to be back, and I'm sure that the next month will be very entertaining as I try not to kill my children. Yeah, it's going to be a whole thing. But lots of excitement happening. I hope that you had a great weekend. I'll keep you updated on the pool. Maybe the dogs will get a bath today or tomorrow or later this week if I can clean it out. And that's it. Happies to all, said Missy. Tonight is Ugly Monday. So we'll be bebopping for that. And yeah, that's it. So like Judy from Saskatoon says, do something nice for yourself today. Be kind to yourself. Take a deep breath today. It's Monday, y'all. It's coming in hot. And yeah, and I thank you for watching. And I hope you have a great day and a blessed day. And I will see you guys here tomorrow morning. All right. Have a good one. I'll see you. Bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll